Hey guys, Biscuits here, giving you a 2 versus 2 31k rules. Now this is a really odd battle that I played literally about half an hour ago. I thought I'd put some commentary to it. It's got some guys that don't normally play 31k or not in the clans, but the reason why I wanted to put this video up was it's incredibly close, and it'd be interesting to hear what you guys think of this battle once it's actually finished. And whilst you're actually watching this game, have a think about who's winning and who do you reckon is going to actually pull off the victory, because it's extremely close. Probably one of the closest games I've actually played in a very long time. So I'll quickly introduce what I've brought today. I've brought the Scipii force. I'm playing as the Romans, as you can see. I'm playing alongside this guy called Teutonic Order. As far as I'm aware, this guy doesn't play 31k. He watches a few videos on the actual YouTube channel, I believe, and that's where he's got his formation and his build from. And you can see it's a fairly decent build, and it should be quite an interesting match. So he's brought a 6 cav, 14 urbans. What I decided to do is do something a bit different. I brought 4 archers, and I brought 6 maxed out cav, and then I brought 2 town watchmen. Now these town watchmen are just going to act as little peeler screen. So I've stuck those right in front of my peeler screen, as you can see. And I've then got a bunch of urbans here in a bit of a triangle formation. So when the game starts, I asked Teutonic Order to come over to my side, and I was going to use these units here to act as a little peeler screen for him, to help him against King-CASTOR and Hannibal Barca. Now Hannibal Barca is a non-clan member, but he's been playing Rome Total War for some time. He's taken a bit of a break, and now he's back. He's brought the Carthaginians, and then we've got KING-CASTOR, who's brought the Julii faction. And the build that he's gone for is 6 Praetorian Cav, 1 Archer, and then 13 Urbans, it looks like. Oh no, 12 Urbans and 1 Legionary Thrust cohort. If we look at Hannibal Barca, he's brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cav here, which is quite a rare thing to see with Carthage, because usually Carthage don't bring too many cav units. They tend to be more heavy on the sacred band. Sometimes they bring a few slingers, and that's what Hannibal's done. He's brought 4 slingers, and the rest sacred band. So these sacred band are going to be absolutely excellent when it comes to holding off Rome. They've got some really great defense stats, and if you got them into a decent formation, they can really hold their line for a long time. So if we have a look what I've done here, I've made my little peeler screen, and I've put it in front of my allies' peeler screen here, just to act as extra protection. I'm pulling my guys in just to help out. I'm going to put them on the little flank here. So what we're going to do is play quite defensively. I normally like to play quite aggressively, but I thought we'd play defensively because it's a bit easier on my ally here, so I don't need to tell him what to do. But I've got to take my hats off to this guy. I did ask him if he normally played underneath any other names. Apparently not. Apparently this is his normal name, Teutonic Order. But he played really well. It was really good fun playing alongside him. It was a pleasure, and hopefully I get to play alongside him in the near future. So I could see that Hannibal Barca was bringing his guys around the side, so I'm going to bring my infantry around, and then I'm going to bring my cav over to this side. Basically I want to keep my cav away from those pikes. I want to keep them away from the slingers. I really want to use these cav to try and take out the Julii faction when I can. And I've put so much money into these cav units, I really don't want to throw them away. So again, I'm using these guys as a little peeler screen to help out my ally here. And then I've used my archers just to try and take some flank shots into the Julii forces. They haven't done too much damage. I've killed a couple of urbans, but nothing really to shout about. What I want to do though is move my archers around here and try and take some shots into these cav units here. So again, I've moved my little peeler screen forward. I'm going to throw off some peeler probably into these guys here. And what Castor's going to try and do is trying to break my little peeler screen. Which is probably going to do, because my town watch, although they are gold, they're not really going to survive too long in a fight with an urban cohort. Now, see if I've got my archers engaged yet. Yep. My archers, I'm doing some sneaky shots, I believe, into these units. Oh, not yet. I will be doing though in a few moments. So again, I've got my peeler screen here. What I'm doing is just trying to hold off these units here, trying to protect my ally as much as I can. I've got my archers firing. There we go. Now my archers are firing into these cav units here. So doing a bit of damage here. One of them down to 49, 52. So quite a bit of damage is going on around the side here. Let's put this on to normal speed now. And as they're running, they're still in range of my guys. So you can see there's a little trail of dead Praetorian cav for my archers here. And they're moving them all the way around here. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to move my cav around the side here. Now, Hannibal Barca's engaged his Carthaginians. And then what's going to happen is Castor's going to be right behind him. Now, with my cav, I asked them to come around the side. But what has happened is that one of the cav units was charged straight into the centre here. And have got themselves impaled on these Carthaginians. Again, I'm going to try and pull my cav back out. Because I don't want to throw away my cav. My cav is where the majority of my money is. If you think about it, each cav unit costs 2,400 denarii. And I've got, what, 6 of them maxed out. I really don't want to chuck them away. Because a lot of my money, a lot of my striking force is all being thrown into those cav units. So now, my archer's now firing into these units here. Just trying to push back Hannibal's cav. And I'm going to bring my guys around the side here. And Hannibal's now going to come over to this side here. And you can see my ally here doing a nice little move. He's now going to mirror them. But what I thought I was going to do, I thought I'd come around here and then strike into the back of these Carthaginians to try and free up these units here. So in comes Hannibal with a little cav charge into these guys. In comes KING-CASTOR charging into these units here. My guys are coming around the side. In comes KING-CASTOR again to help out here. And I'm pulling my guys right around here. Now what has happened, I've lost a lot of men due to all of these peeler being thrown. And then what I've done here, I've double clicked to try and attack this general unit here in the Carthaginians. But for some reason, all of my cav is just charged right into the back of these units here. So they've been charged into these urbans. And then in comes KING-CASTOR, in comes Hannibal. My guys are absolutely surrounded. I'm trying to use my flame attack here just to try and push these guys back. I've eventually managed to get one of my Praetorian cav to charge into the back of the general unit, but there's only 20 of them in there. It's not going to cause hardly any damage. So I've managed to successfully throw away nearly all of those cav units, and that's where all my money is basically. So it's not looking good for us at all. So I've got a few urbans left, and I've got my archers left. Now in comes Castor with another cav charge, and he's smacking right down the side here. My general is now routed, so I've lost my infantry. I've lost all my cav, apart from one or two small little units which have come back, which are going to do little to nothing. Again, for some reason, I swear I kept them asking my cav to come back, but when I was watching this during the game, I'm sure they kept them running off and attacking these slingers, as you can see. They really had a mind of their own, these cav units. So my infantry's been taken out. Now my archers are now being chased down by KING-CASTOR. And it looks like it's just down to my ally here, Teutonic Order now. His cav units, he's made a bit of a mistake there. He's using them to chase down these slingers. He should really use them to try and help out his infantry. Now, let's have a look what's going on here. In comes Castor with another hammer and anvil, charging into the back of these units here. And then he's going to pull his guys back out. And in comes Castor with his infantry here to help out. Again, Allies made another little mistake here. He was using his cav units to try and chase down these slingers. These slingers are going to do absolutely nothing. He really needs to get his cav into the centre to attack here. Now, a couple of my cav units have come back. But they're only like 9, 16 and 14. What I've tried to do is charge into this Julii unit here to try and rout this general, because if I can do that, that will hopefully swing it in our favour, or hopefully make it at least slightly even. So I'm going to pull out my cav and then go for another little charge in the back here. I'm trying to help out my ally here, but my ally's cav is pretty much just sitting there at the moment. A bit of a mistake. I did ask him to throw in his cav, and in comes Castor with another cav charge, and that's now routed. There we go. Now the Julii units now started to rout again, and it's, yep, his general is now routed. So there's only a couple of Brutii units left, and I've got literally these small little cav units left. I'm going to charge them in, try and get away from all these units as possible. One thing that I still got, which is playing to our advantage at the moment, is these archers. Although they're only gold attack at the moment, I'm able to use these archers to lower the morale of the opposition. So as you can see, when it lowers the morale for the opposition, and then if we go in for a cav charge, we should hopefully be able to pull this back. Now the Julii unit's general is now routed. In comes the Julii unit here, and now they've routed these Brutii units. Bringing up my cav here. These guys are down to 7, these guys are down to 6. Going to try and charge them into this unit here. Hopefully I can cause a bit of a rout. There we go. And I don't know how we've managed to do that, but somehow we've managed to pull this back after losing all of those cav. I've really got to take my hat off to my ally there. He played exceptionally well, played really well considering he's not a normal 31k player. Somehow he's managed to pull this one out of the bag. Now I think if Castor hadn't used his cav here to chase down these archers, he might have been able to use his cav to support his ally. But it looks like they're pretty much down to nothing now, these Julii units. They've now routed, and that's pretty much it now. Hannibal Barca's been knocked out. Extremely close game. Really, as I keep on saying, once those cav units had gone in my army and all my infantry had disappeared, I thought it was it. I thought I'd lost. I thought we'd been beaten. But well done to my ally for keeping going, staying in there. And because of that, we managed to get a nice little victory. I mean, if we look at the kills, I didn't even hit the 1,000 kill mark, nor did Hannibal Barca. It was a tight one between KING-CASTOR and Teutonic Order. If we look at the kills that I got, it's only 1 or 2 of my Praetorian cav got any decent kills. One of them only got 11 kills. So it shows you how poor some of the units were. But it was a good game all in all. Really tight, could have gone either way. I really appreciate Hannibal Barca joining in on that game, as well as KING-CASTOR and Teutonic Order. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And please guys, if you like the video, please leave a little comment, please like, please subscribe. And please check out my older videos if you do get a couple of moments. So this is Biscuits signing off, wishing you all the best, and thanks again so much for your time, okay? Bye now.